We are here with the cast of Vote, brand new musical playing here in Houston, Texas, coming up middle of September. The Humphrey School, these guys are a big part of it. Show them, man. These are the stars right now. I will now introduce Kristin, Grant, Melissa, Carly, Mason, and Ryan. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, not much.
So, you guys are in a big production, a big musical. It's called Vote.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the story about Vote. What's that all about? If these questions get too hard, you let me know.
Well, it's about talking points. I got these. It's about three high school students, and it's about them and their, I guess, the bumpy road to student council body president. Student council body president. Student body president.
It is important.
It is important. But it's about them and all the lying and cheating and, you know, just stuff that they do to get what they want.
I know people always talk about politics, you know, how dirty it can be on a national level, worldwide level, but really it all starts at the high schools, I think.
Oh, it does. Oh, yeah.
I meant that as a joke, but you guys agree with me.
Oh, no, I'm
No,
real life.
Is that the passion that's going to come out when we see Vote?
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys are all part of the Humphrey School, which big fan of what's going on. So let's talk about what the school means to you.
This is my first show at Tuts, so
Okay.
I actually do not really know
Okay.
things about the Humphrey School. I know
But
a
is
little
the
about
Humphrey
some-
School doing the production, or is it this?
It's Humphrey School.
Okay.
So
We're
I'm a part of
included
it.
in the Humphrey School when you're in Active Touch. You're considered to be in the Humphrey School, but the Humphrey School is classes. Is also classes that you can take weekly: dance classes, acting classes, singing classes. But when we're in the show, we're not doing those classes.
Right. This is an opportunity to get on stage for you guys at really a beginning of your career. As far as I know a lot of you guys have done productions, but is this? Can I ask? Is it safe to say this is one of the biggest productions that you guys have been a part of?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I speak for all those when we say, and it's not just because it's a new. It is because it's a new show and it's something different that we're doing, and what we're part of is a big. You know, we're in Houston, and Houston has a large theater district, but it's more so the process. I think of the way we're going about it is because we're taking a new show that nobody has touched before, besides workshops, and having to shape it and help, and us fit into that. And we're shaping lines, we're shaping music, we're getting new music constantly, we're changing scenes. It's all a process. It's not even so much about us learning how to act, sing, and dance. We're also becoming part of the creative process and learning how to take this musical from looking good on paper to making it come alive on the stage, which is definitely a bigger process when you're taking a new musical and doing that, as opposed to doing a musical that other people have done before, and you can just copy what they've done.
Yeah.
So we're completely,
Fresh canvas.
Creating
having
the
to
characters.
bring this.
Yeah, we're the first ones to create our own characters.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Cool.
And that we should talk about the fact that you guys we're meeting right now in the studio because you guys are actually doing an original cast recording.
Yes. So cool.
And that is something I think none of us have ever done.
I got him.
It doesn't matter.
So original cast recording of the songs from Vote. So this is kind of a legacy thing for you guys. Think about it.
Yeah.
We will, because the music is going to go on iTunes, which is the coolest thing. So it's like, well, what have you done? Why don't you go on iTunes and see? It's like nobody else in my neighborhood is recording an album today, so that's kind of cool to say.
I can feel the excitement here. All right, I'm not on iTunes, dude. You got me there. Let's talk to Kristin real quick, and I'm going to go down and I want to talk a little bit about how you came to discover that you really wanted to act and sing and do this stuff on stage.
I started out as just like Carly said, as a contemporary commercial singer. I would just perform. Never thought I could ever act in my life. But I have an older brother who's a musical theater major at Sam Houston, and I've always watched him and stuff. And I was just like, maybe, but I never considered myself as a dancer or an actor. I was like, we'll see. And then that American Idol experience, and when I went there, and then they were like, oh.
I should point out that she auditioned for American Idol in Austin, Texas.
Yes, it was an interesting experience. I went with both of my brothers, which they got cut the first round, and I went, which was crazy. I almost cried. I cried a lot, actually. But and then I went, and I made it past the rounds, and then I made it to the producer round, and then they were like, oh, your voice is too big for TV. You would do great on Broadway, though. You have an amazing voice for Broadway. And I was like, what? No one has ever told me that before. What's that? And so, like, I walked out of the room, and I told my family.
And you cried.
I cried. I cried.
She admitted it already.
I cried. And I was like, Mom. And so she was like, and then like the camera people were following me, and they're like, what? I was like, they said my voice is too big. I guess I'm gonna go on Broadway now. And I was mad.
And there's nothing. That's a big deal. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. It was really cool.
Because you know what happens? No. I'm going to tell you right now. There's a lot of the American Idols that actually get on TV, make a top 5, and then they want to go to Broadway. So you've already bypassed them. No, there was Constantine. I was just with Constantine about a month ago. Yeah, and he was talking about how he, now he's doing the Broadway show. So see.
And then I was just like, well, we'll see. So like that was like in August, and then I had an audition for Hairspray in October, and I was just like, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna see what happens. We'll see what happens. So then I got a call back. I was like, oh, okay, hey. But and then I got the cast list, and I was cast as Tracy Turnblad, which is the lead in the show, and I was just like, oh no.
Oh no.
This is so awesome.
Is here. And Grant, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I got started. My parents are both actors. In fact, the first 3 plays I was in, I wasn't even born yet. She did 3 shows
in 9
while
months?
pregnant.
I had to think about that for a second.
I can't.
Some magic stuff going on.
I can't communicate well. But yeah, they're both actors.
So this is your 4th show as well.
I've been performing all throughout the Midwest because my mom is a actress and children's theater specialist, and my dad is a professor and playwright. So because of that, we've been having to move everywhere, and so you get to meet a lot of people and do a lot of cool new things. And then I got to Houston and have been just doing this whole thing. Whatever this is. I recently did the regional premiere of Spring Awakening, which was cool.
Wow.
And then the closing night, like the day after closing, was first rehearsal for this. So it's like,
that's good.
Want a break? No, you can't. It's just kind of always been musical theater for me.
I love it. Melissa, what's going on? Tell me what your story is.
My story is I've just been doing this since middle school. I did this thing called Destination Imagination, which is like improv for middle schoolers. And
I did that too.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's so cool.
It's fun. And so I was doing that, and we were at one like competition, and I saw this flyer, and I was like, come audition for Peter Pan at a Plus Theater Company. And it was like a workshop. I was like, okay, I'll go do that. And I did, and ever since then, nonstop, no break. Since 6th grade.
Eats and sleeps.
I only sleep.
She doesn't
And
even
do
eat.
theater.
She's
Broadway
so
body.
skinny.
Broadway body.
Broadway body.
Broadway body.
All right, Carly.
Yes.
You're very bubbly. I love that.
I have a lot of personality. That is my story. No, I'm kidding. I started, my first stage experience was in dance. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. And then I got involved with my church with children's choir and did the shows there. We had little they made them up musicals. I thought it was a big deal. And then from that, I was in elementary school and did their shows there, and then went to junior high and kept doing it. I mean, it's been something I've been doing forever. Actually, in first grade, we had a "What do I want to be when I grow up" pageant, and I was like, it was like first grade, and I was like, entertainer. Like it's just always been what I want to do. Then moved into masquerade theater and did that in junior high, and then got involved in Tuts with Stephen Schwartz project a couple years ago, and then high school shows, and did Tommy with Act at Tuts, and then
wow.
Yeah, and so many shows, so many opportunities to learn and grow. And then I did last summer. I auditioned and went to Broadway Theater Project in Tampa, Florida, which is a 3-week intensive, and met up with Dave Clemens like she did, and he's kind of like my college mentor for. And then went again this year, and then the day we got back Sunday, and then Monday we came and had boat rehearsals. And so I have not, And then the Sunday that I had off, I went to a master class for Texas State. I've done nothing but this.
Dedication
And
is
breathe
something that's
theater.
very important, obviously,
It
because
is.
it's a hard, it's a hard field. I mean, I've interviewed several actors and performers, that have gone on to the big stage and things like that. And the one thing that I've noticed that they've always said is like it's determination. You never stop. You don't. You're going through one show. We're ready for the next show, whether it be Cats or whatever. It's like we're moving. Yeah, no, I mean it's one of my favorites actually.
And the reason being is because there's a lot of talented people in this world, but it's not. You can sit around and be the most talented person, but if you don't get up and do the work or have the dedication and get the experience, that's our music.
I'm getting excited. I hear things that are happening.
So-
All right, so Mason, we got to talk to you real quick.
Okay.
What's your story?
I'm from Fredericksburg, Texas, and I grew. It's a really small town, and
There's a Dairy Queen there.
there's a Dairy Queen there, and we have a Walmart, a super Walmart, which is our mall.
Stop! Get out of here.
No escalators, but it's pretty great. And anyways, so I started there, and then I moved to Austin, where I did kids acting, and then I really started musical theater when I moved to Houston, and I go to Episcopal High School. I'm going to be a senior, and I did all of the shows there and all of the national Shakespeare competitions, and it was such a great experience for me, and I got really close to my director. And then I really got involved with the Humphrey School when I was nominated for a Tommy Tune Award this year for
Wow.
That too.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh yeah, we did that.
We
too.
all did it.
We all
of us. We were all in it.
What were you?
I was
High
the
five.
witch and Into the Woods.
And you were nominated for.
Best Actress.
Okay, yeah, and then y'all say it.
And then
Best Actor.
I was Best Actor nominated for Bobby Child in Crazy for You.
So good.
And then
So good.
you.
And then I won the Tommy Tune for Best Featured Performer.
Oh, snap.
What was your
They both won.
acceptance speech?
Uh-huh.
What was your acceptance speech?
Mine is online. You can go look at my acceptance speech online.
It's a big deal.
I won Best Supporting Actress for
She also
Adelaide.
won
and-
Best Acceptance Speech.
Oh my gosh, I dug it on stage. No big deal.
Yay!
I did.
It's no big deal. Anyway, so,
Congratulations.
but this is such a cool experience for me because I am not the best dancer, but I have a bunch of personality, and so I guess the people at Tuts saw that, and but I've never played a role like this before, which is gonna be fun. I've always played.
Great at
Except
this.
she's exactly like
Yeah,
that.
except-
No, so I've always played like deep roles, like the witch and Into the Woods. I have to just like get into character before I go into rehearsal, and then for this one I play like a dumb hot cheerleader, which is really easy for me. So I go in and I just
So good.
go in. so it's really fun. But I love it. I love musical theater.
Awesome. So, all right, let's show Ryan real quick.
Genius.
And hold on, before we say anything, any descriptives of Ryan, just check him out real quick. Come on, you got to do a close-up of Ryan. Wait till you hear this story. Ryan, what's going on? Tell me about yourself.
I'm Ryan. I've been in theater ever since I can remember. I think my first role was Baby Jesus in a church production. And then I just started doing productions, and then when I was about 13, I did, you have to be 13 to be in an act at Tuts, and I knew like as soon as I turned 13 I was going to go to an act at Tuts, and this is actually my 5th act at Tuts. And now I'm into, then I started writing my own music, and now I'm into composition and orchestration, and I just, we just staged my original musical that I just wrote, Love the Musical. A couple people in Vote were in it, and we have a second reading on this Sunday, and I plan to get my doctorate in music composition.
See,
Those
look.
curtains you pick a name, even if everything stays the same. Behind those curtains you pick a name, or you only have yourself to blame.